Everyone's favorite mean girl has taken a backseat from her wilder days to rebuild her brand in the best ways. Stick around until the end to find out what it is. Welcome back to our favorite edition of Where Are They Now? I'm your host Michaela, here to break it all down. Lindsay is most popularly known for her career as an actress, mainly in movies, and first received recognition for her double portrayal of the Parent Trap's twin characters, Annie James and Hallie Parker, in Disney's 1998 comedy Remake. From here, Lindsay continued to work between child acting and modeling before she scored her big breakout role in Tina Fey's screenwritten 2004 film Mean Girls. This was also the year the actress ventured into music, releasing a platinum-scoring pop album titled Speak. In 2012, Lindsay starred in the television movie Liz and Dick, playing Elizabeth Taylor. Lindsay, born Lindsay D. Lohan in full, was welcomed into the world in New York City on July 2, 1986. Her father is Michael Lohan, a family pasta business owner and investment banker. Her mother is Donata Dina Sullivan, who worked as a Wall Street analyst. As a young girl, Lindsay spent her time living in the wealthy suburbs of Long Island, New York, mainly residing in Cold Spring Harbor and Merrick. By the time she was 3, Lindsay was already being pushed into the spotlight due to her modeling stints and overall commercial success. Her resume holds impressive value, as she's been featured in over 60 TV spots and 100 print ads for huge companies like Duncan Hines and Toys R Us. This paved the way for Lindsay to obtain her dual part in The Parent Trap. The Disney film performed great at the box office too, bringing in over $92 million across the globe. The actress's success wound up allowing her to feature in more Disney films, including her role in the 2003 remake of Freaky Friday, with Jamie Lee Curtis co-starring. Her next Disney part would follow in 2004 through the preteen comedy Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. The success of this was said to be mild. However, then came the most iconic portrayal of her career so far, acting as Katie Heron in Paramount's Mean Girls, which crafted Lindsay into a megastar. The movie's popularity and critical success tied in well together, becoming 2004's 24th highest grossing movie and eventually earning Lindsay honor from the MTV Movie and Teen Choice Awards. Lindsay's return to Disney took place in 2005 when she starred in Herbie Fully Loaded. For this, the film received $144 million worldwide, while also marking the actress's transition to less child-friendly roles. Of course, as mentioned earlier, this was around the time Lindsay launched her singing career. Because of her growing fanbase, Speak hit platinum after release, which is mega impressive considering it was the actress's musical debut. Her following album, A Little More Personal, graced shelves in 2005 but didn't hold as much public value. At the same time, her following 2 films, A Prairie Home Companion and Just My Luck, didn't generate as much hype either, with their notably mild 2006 box office sales. May 2008 saw Lindsay make a guest star appearance on the TV sitcom Ugly Betty, and she was later hired to appear in Labor Pains in 2009. Reports stated Lindsay was also working on her album around this time. Fast forwarding to November 2012, Lindsay snagged her first Lifetime role through the made-for-television movie Liz and Dick. Her appearances after this would soon become cameos in Two Broke Girls, Anger Management, and Eastbound and Down. In 2014, the actress decided to challenge herself with a stage play, taking on a performance in David Mamet's London production Speed the Plow. The spring following this, Lindsay landed back in the US to complete court-ordered hours of community service. As per E! Online, her volunteer work was reportedly done at the Ali Forney Center and Brooklyn Community Services. The same summer, Lindsay debuted a fresh mini collection fashion line for the UK brand Lavish Alice. While her celeb status continued to shine brighter, Lindsay began frequenting New York nightclubs more often. Her lifestyle soon became dependent on tabloids, as her name was constantly dragged through their headlines for numerous reasons. May 26, 2007 is the date Lindsay was detained for crashing her Mercedes-Benz into a Beverly Hills tree. Her second arrest followed on July 24th after the actress allegedly engaged in a car chase with the mom of her former personal assistant. In both cases, Lindsay reportedly possessed small amounts of hard substances, apparently below the required grams for felony charges, as per the LA District Attorney's Office. In light of her legal run-ins, Lindsay only received a charge of 2 counts each, one for reckless driving and the other for driving under the influence. However, the passenger in the car from Lindsay's accused chase eventually sued the actress for assault and negligence. Along with this, the star was able to dodge felony charges after she reached a plea deal on August 23rd for her counts of misdemeanor drunken driving and obtaining drugs. Lindsay managed to receive the minimum sentence of 4 days behind bars and was credited for the full day she already served. Her sentence was then brought down to a single day being locked up due to her performing 10 community service hours prior at a hospital emergency room and a mortuary. In the end, Lindsay only ended up in jail for 84 minutes later that year, with included mandatory visits to rehab from her sentencing. August 2007 saw the actress check into her third rehab center that year at Cirque Lodge treatment. Once the star checked out in October, she informed OK Magazine that her experience was, quote, sober and humbling, and her main focuses were to stay away from LA and remain sober. Afterwards, Lindsay kept herself pretty low-key from the outside world, only occasionally showing up in the media every now and then, like when she made headlines the next year for her former longtime same-sex relationship with her DJ ex Samantha Ronson. As Lindsay entered her dirty 30s, she started spending lots of time in a Dubai residence, eventually being revealed as her current partner's Badar Shamaz. The two have lived there for 7 years so far and got engaged in 2021. Similar to online media coverage, Lindsay occasionally made pop-ups in the news, like when it was revealed on her Instagram that she'd been bitten by a snake in Thailand during her late 2017 vacation, but she pretty much remained out of the spotlight aside from this. According to a New York Times profile from June 2018, Lindsay once opened a beach house club in Greece, with plans to open another in Rhodes at the same time. Around the same time, Lindsay made an appearance on the British sitcom Sit Note and was in the works of scripting the novel The Honeymoon alongside its author Tina Seskis. A month later, MTV dropped an announcement that they'd be launching a reality show revolved around Lindsay's life as a Greece club owner, titled Lindsay Lohan's Beach House. The network also informed excited fans of what the show would entail in their update. But it wasn't long following this that the star would cause a stir with her Me Too movement comments she made to the UK's Times. While the actress was insistent in her support of women, Lindsay also admitted that she felt those who publicly broadcast their allegations of sexual harassment or violence were only looking for attention, adding, "I think by women speaking against all these things, it makes them look weak when they are very strong women." Nonetheless, Beach House only aired for a single season, but Lindsay did return to screen through her judging Australia's The Masked Singer in September 2019. Around this time, she also pushed out her first music video in more than a decade, releasing a visionary track that featured Finnish pop artist Alma. In early April 2020, Lindsay followed this drop by giving fans another single titled Back to Me. Like today's Where Are They Now if you're excited about Lindsay's industry return. Now, let's discuss how a potential Freaky Friday sequel, what co-stars are open to a Mean Girls reboot, and new holiday music from Lindsay ties into today's video. Firstly, Freaky Friday could be seeing a sequel, and its main star just weighed in. Lindsay is supposedly all on board for a reboot of one of her most popular movies, and I can't lie, my inner child is so here for it. The 36-year-old made a recent special appearance for Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show to promote her currently streaming Netflix movie Falling for Christmas. During the interview, Jimmy questioned Lindsay if there'd ever been discussions of a potential second FF film, to which the star admitted she'd already covered the possibility with Jamie. Quote, "We did speak about it, yeah. Let's just take in the fact that I was filming," and Jamie writes, "and you just get excited and distracted immediately. I had to bring myself down to earth and be like, I'm on set, I have to focus." Then she said Freaky Friday 2 and I got more excited. When Jimmy asked if they'd be open to making appearances in the sequel, Lindsay said they'd both be into it. In other news, Gretchen Wiener's Lacey Chabert would love to star in another Mean Girls film with Lindsay. Ironically, the 40-year-old actress also dished about the teen classic with Jimmy Fallon, where she mentioned her interest in reprising her part alongside their OG castmates. During the Tonight Show appearance, Lindsay broke down the possibility of a new one as well. Quote, "I think that's in Tina Fey's hands." Damien actor Daniel Francis also jumped on board, detailing to the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast that he would do it in any form whatsoever. This movie brings people so much joy. Another majorly exciting piece of news is new Christmas music from Lindsay this month. Can somebody tell Mariah Carey and Kelly Clarkson to move over? It seems we got some new kids on the block. As for Lindsay's starring role in Netflix's Falling for Christmas, things couldn't get more iconic than the star's covering of a song which famously helped her gain industry popularity. Straight from Mean Girls' most recognized talent show scene, Lindsay will be reworking Bobby Helms' classic hit, Jingle Bell Rock, for the streaming film. The OG soundtrack for the Netflix rom-com will give everyone's fave comeback queen the biggest opportunity to showcase what she can do with such a timeless wonder. And that's been today's WATM. Thanks for watching, friends!